I don't want to put my foot in my mouth again. I already failed to recognize someone once today. But you look familiar.
Well, I should think so. I was the victim of one of your starling hunts. Voronins must not be very memorable, cousin.
Pietya! Forgive me, and for shooting you as well. Ha! How are you doing?
Just some heart problems, not a subject for today. I'm sorry about Uncle Stanislav. Forgive me for not coming to the funeral. I can't bear cemeteries.
We'll have to meet up again.
Goodbye.
I am ready, Mr. Shulsky. I only need all of you to be present. Can we start reading your father's will?
Yes, let his will be done. Again.
Let's begin if everyone is ready. Would you all please take a seat? Ladies and gentlemen, by the power of my office vested in me by the grace of His Imperial Majesty, the Emperor of all Russia, I hereby testify...
Je suis désolé. I just needed to quench my thirst. Alone, unfortunately.
I didn't manage to.
Please don't pay them any mind.
Mr. Shulsky's last will and testament were prepared several years ago in the presence of Zaslav Fedorov, Esquire, that is, myself. My last will and testament recorded in the year of our Lord 1888. In the name of the Holy Trinity, Amen.
Excuse me, but could we get to the details?
Victor.
I think we all want to address more temporal matters, don't we?
In theory...
Would you be so kind?
Of course. Here we are. All movables and immovables relating to the family enterprise I entrust to the care and administration of my daughter. I do not prescribe a method of administering them. I merely offer her one piece of advice. To my brother-in-law and oldest friend, Alexander Voronin, I wish to leave the following. My collection of muskets and 2 revolvers, dating to the uprising in memory of our first meeting.
Stasio, I will have plenty to do in my retirement.
Enjoy your retirement.
I would also like to come to the aid of my only son, Viktor Shulsky, by entrusting him with the use of my personal black grimoire, in the hope that he will be able to make good use of it. This is my last will and testament. Carry it out solemnly, though you may have found it burdensome. However, this last bequest poses a certain problem.
Yes, it certainly does. And what is that, may I ask?
I am not in possession of this grimoire. The late Mr. Shulsky used it up until his death, yet no one left it with me after his passing.
Meaning it's disappeared? Did Father have his grimoire on him at the time of his death?
It was only because of the grimoire that we could identify him at all.
What actually happened? How did he die?
A building collapsed on top of him. I don't know any other way of putting it.
A building? It collapsed on top of him?
It was a day like any other. Papa had gone for his habitual walk every Tuesday and Thursday. When he didn't come back for a long time, I got the bad feeling something had...
We rode there together. An entire wall of a tenement had collapsed. There were 3 victims, including Stasio. To see him there in that condition...
The grimoire. Could someone have taken it?
Perhaps, in all that confusion.
But why would anyone want Papa's grimoire? An ordinary person won't use it. What?
Father had all his knowledge in there, but I don't know if it would be useful to someone other than him. I don't even know why he...
I'm sure Stasio had a reason.
Where did it happen? Where was this building?
The southern part of Śródmieście, not far from the police station. Anyway, you can miss...
Of all the possibilities, this was the death that fate prepared.
I foresaw a slightly more pleasant end for him, myself. I doubt even he deserved such a horrible death.
Those might be the kindest words you've ever said on the subject of a father.
How typical of his sort of person to keep a portrait in his study of a family that was only a family on canvas. Not long after the painting was done, he got divorced, ruined the Niedzicas, and kicked out his son. But there the portrait hangs, as if family meant anything at all.
I don't know what exactly happened with Abourice, but I know that Papa felt guilty. You don't want to forgive him even now that he's gone?
The dead need no forgiving. And as for forgetting, I don't know how. It's just a shame about the grimoire.
What do you intend to do?
And where are Father's things at the moment?
You're standing at the very center of his kingdom. Not everything has been sorted through yet, but you go right ahead.
And the store? I should check that too.
I've started stock-taking there to distract myself, and I don't want you to go in there before I've finished.
As you wish. I think we have to look for the answer in the place where it happened.
With your sight, you can make out more in those ruins than I, or Uncle, or Detective could. This is a good lead, but is it the only one?
Father evidently knew a certain Ivan Konieczkin. Have you heard anything about him?
Konieczkin? No, doesn't ring a bell.
All sorts of people came to Papa's store. That doesn't mean every one of them might know something about the grimoire.
That's true. You've got your work cut out for you. And Mordechai Chayat. Could that be a lead?
I don't think so. He worked with Father, but he left more than a year ago. I don't know why. He was an assistant at our, well, my store.
Do you know where I might find...
Sadly,
Do you have any other... Now at least I can see how little I know. Maybe these scraps of information will lead... Well, now that we know what's got to be figured out, forgive me, my darlings. I'm going to...
I'll see you out.
Goodbye, Uncle. And, Ligia. I'm sorry it happened this...
The most important thing is you're here now.
How do you find our old stomping ground? Yes, I'm not too fond of this place either. This is where I had my last conversation. Can you see my dreams? Nightmares, actually. Ever since I decided to come back. The loan shark incident. I've been seeing his death more and more lately. I wonder... Perhaps we should go.
Hello?
I talk here? Do you hear me now? Victor? Victor, are you there?
Grigori? Yes.
Victor, where are you?
On the other end of the line, at home, where the telephone rang.
Incredible.
How did you know I have a telephone at home?
Something's interrupting you, Victor. I am telecommunicating with you to say I found lodgings here in Warsaw. If you need me, I'm by the cemetery. What number is it? Yes. 7 Powaskowska Street. Number 7 by cemetery. Powaskowska.
I'm glad. It's good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear you as well. Goodbye. I want to end now. What do I... like this? Wonderful device. Remarkable. Hello? Oh, and now?
Have you found anything yet about the grimoire? Is there any way I can help?
In Father's study, I found a trace of a woman that I couldn't identify.
Probably Svetlana Rumyantseva.
Who is she? And what did Father have to do with her?
Svetlana is a Russian aristocrat who travels with the Romanovs' court. I can only tell you she was a customer of Father's.
A customer? If you don't want to say, then don't. Where can I find her?
When she's in town, she stays at the Imperial Hotel.
She might know something that will help me find the grimoire.
Not so fast. To get in, you're going to need me and my connections. Svetlana is famous for her soirees where she hosts the crème de la crème of Warsaw.
What's a soiree?
How long did you say you lived with Mother in Paris? Just a party, if you like. Do you know what that is?
Very funny.
We could go together. How about you track down some evening clothes and I'll sort out the invitation. And I won't take no for an answer.
Sadly, you never give me a chance. Unfortunately, everything in my wardrobe is antediluvian. I need a tailor.
There's a shop at 11 Pruzhna Street that's fairly decent and quick. We also have barbers in Warsaw in case you want to do something about whatever you have growing on your head and face.
Excuse me.
Damn it. I forgot to turn the key.
Sorry, what?
You tell me. What is it?
I need some evening wear, quick.
Good proportions.
Thank you.
Alterations won't take long. Your name and address, sir?
Viktor Szulski, 9 Green Square.
I'll send a messenger when I'm done. And Mr. Szulski, if you'll allow me a moment of candor, as it often seems no one dares to address you with it.
Sorry, what?
Go and find yourself a barber in Pavonsky. You look like a troglodyte. Now, I'd like to go to my business.
I won't bother you.
All right.
You will be mine, secret.
Mr. Szulski, come in. What's new?
I couldn't help noticing you're struggling for inspiration.
You've got a keen eye. The book makes it easier? I have to guess what everyone has in their mind.
Is there any way I can help?
I want to know what people look for in fashion these days. Back in the day, all you needed was 2 pantalax. If you tell me that, I'll be grateful. I'll sew you anything you want in return.
Let me sharpen my senses. I won't bother you.
All right.
Let's wait. Nothing can be kept secret from me.
Come in.
Please set my hair to rights.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I don't usually talk to clients. Do you like it?
I can't help noticing that you're the most tight-lipped barber I've been to. And
When I prepared them for their final journey, it's
so you style the deceased too?
mostly. They still need to look good. After all, so
Yes, you're talented.
years of practice. My clients are
Can you call this a proper time for a visit? What's going on?
My name is Viktor Szulski.
Sir and Madam are already in bed. Come back in the morning like someone respectable.
Fear not, I'm here for Rasputin.
I can sense he's in the drawing room.
Intriguing.
Is that him?
In the flesh. Allow me to introduce you. My dear hostess, Aniela Narechinska, and my dear friend, Viktor Szulski.
Your father had a beautiful funeral.
Thank you.
My dear, we finished for today. Now I'll find out what brings Viktor to us. What brings you here?
But you were the one who phoned.
Very funny.
Why was she looking at me so oddly?
She's never seen a Thaumaturge before. I only mentioned to her how... Can I help you at all?
You look like you've made yourself at home. Are you going...
No, I'm afraid not. They're kind people, but I've experienced another vision. Though...
Will you tell me about it?
Later. What brings you to me?
Have you known them long?
No. But Aniela and Lucian are my two good... They took me, an impoverished preacher, in under their roof. And I'll never forget that.
Are you helping?
I am a balm for Aniela's frazzled nerves. Tell me what you need.
No, I won't bother you. We can...
The Narodzinski door is always open to you.
Liga?
Yes?
What's next for you? You're in charge here now.
A grand scheme. For now, I'm just trying to keep... Certain customers are unconvinced that a woman can handle running a business. You know what I mean. A Thaumaturge at my side would shut the... After all, it's your heritage too.
I don't know anything about running a company, but if I can help in any way...
Thank you. I trust the smoke doesn't bother you.
You used to detest the smell of tobacco. You'd hold your breath going into Father's study.
That's true, but when I'd stay here, alone with Papa, and I don't know when I started
Daddy's girl. You were always...
That's not true. I was just less rebellious than you. Now come on, what else is on?
The trousers are... an original. Until now, I'd only seen women in trousers.
First of all, they're practical. It's the 20th... It's high time we started dressing.
You've always been brave, never afraid of anything. Like when Mother almost had a fit, because you dunked my best dye in hot cocoa. Because you were being too annoying.
You meant to say brave. By the way, Grażyna still makes cocoa every evening. You can conjure up the flavor. Is there anything else you want to talk?
I'll get going. Well, I don't know.
I see you went to a barber. That's something at least.
Recently I met a bearded guy who's not especially fun. And yes, people welcome him everywhere with open arms anyway.
Maybe he's a natural charmer. I've heard that can get you into the...
Very funny.
Are you getting dressed so we can go?
Yes, let's go and see if I do fit in.
In that case, I'll go get changed too. Look at you. And here I worried I was the only one who... Very chic choice.
Thank you. You look fantastic.
Thank you. You think Papa would be mad that we're going to a party right after his funeral?
I hope so.
Victor.
He could have kept from losing the black grimoire. Are we ready?
Yes, the carriage is waiting.
Welcome to the Imperial Hotel. How may I help you?
Ligia Szulska, here on the invitation of Svetlana Rumiantseva.
Yes, we are expecting you, of course. The soiree is taking place in apartment 237, second floor. I wish you a thrilling and...
I'm impressed. How did you sort...
Our name still means something. Let's do our best.
Who are you, my golden, slithering friend?
Victor? Victor. Victor! Can you hear me?
Yes. Of course.
These people are just waiting for us to put a foot wrong, understand? We're...
I'm going to hang around here a little longer. I'll meet you upstairs.
See you there.
What did we come here for? These soirees are for old people.
Good evening. May I?
Please, we're not discussing anything consequential.
You keep on worrying about yourselves. I intend to...
See, I told you he was in love. Miss Scowan is out of your league, my friend.
To say nothing of her father.
Excuse me, do you mean Governor General Scowan?
Well, who else? The debutante of the season.
Have you just crawled out from under a rock?
Old Scowan and I are practically on first-name terms now. You'll see.
I'm sure.
So, one eye-catching girl has already got an admirer. What does that leave us?
Not much. The dull, the silly, or... well, the...
En parlant de Ligiashuska, she just...
Pigs will fly before someone fancies her.
She'd actually prefer Sophia Scowan, according to... Well, what do you...
My name is Viktor Szulski.
Well, there we have it.
And I don't like what I just heard, especially about my sister.
And, what are you going to do about it?
Pardon me, gentlemen. I promise...
Lunatic.
Well, someone new. Good evening.
Good evening, Viktor Szulski.
Irina Orlova of those Orlovs. This is Natalia Obolenskaya, and this strangely quiet soul is our...
Irina is exaggerating. Nice to meet you, Mr.
The Governor General's daughter herself.
What can you tell us?
How are you
We can't complain. Seeing as we're debutantes, we're getting a... Really? Maybe you'll tell us something ab...
I suspect you want to hear more about the book.
We've never met a Thaumaturgist before. To tell the truth, I didn't believe they existed.
A Thaumaturge. But now you do.
Well, it depends on what kind of trick you should...
I need to slip.
Oh, no.
Mr. Shursky?
I didn't expect to see you here, of all places.
You don't know how very flattering that is. And what brings you to the...
I could ask you the same.
Pat.
Ah, curious hobby.
I'm simply...
A doctor, thaumaturge, or policeman could say the same.
Your interest flat. Who knows? Maybe the apple hasn't fallen far from the tree.
How well did you know mine?
We enjoyed talking and lending...
Who did you say you were to my father?
A trusted acquaintance. I supported him with good advice. Though truth be told, your father had a gift for making...
Which of my father's decisions?
Ones that were good for your family. Perhaps... Well, goodbye, Mr. Shursky.
Yes, I'm sure. Thaumaturge never fails me. There is something here. No, that's still not it. Good evening.
The energy can't be disrupted.
I saw one of your posters. You look different in it.
Really? The illustration doesn't...
How should I take that? No one warned me.
I beg you.
I'm just noting that you stand out among these boring guests.
Impudent.
Just a bit uncouth, I'd say. Do you know the hostess well?
Will you leave me alone if I say I don't?
No.
Svetlana Petrovna invited me, and I am doing... Let's keep out of one of...
Whose soul are you summoning to?
I only know which one I'd prefer to back.
Maybe my dead father's. If you manage that, it would...
Now we'll never know.
I will stop disrupting the end.
Maybe that's enough. What do you want?
The trick with entering someone's head. I know one person who can do that.
You're not much of a thaumaturge if you can't. Have you come here to torment me? Unmask me?
I don't see any fun in unmasking you.
So what do you want?
Your seating is quite impressive.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Madame, you're being impolite. What about a little competition?
I'll pass.
I think your idea of pretending to be a medium is...
It sounds like I'm
How many people...
Is that a threat?
I noticed a wild salutor here. I understand you're...
Keep your nose out of this.
Why?
Because I'm warning you.
What do you know about this Saliter? Do you know its name?
Don't you?
A name doesn't tell us much anyway. All that matters is speaking.
I know perfectly well who carries the flaw. Another reason for you to stay out of it.
The person with the flaw attended the seance, right? So I'm on the right track.
Have you finished?
So should we finish up?
That would be best. And listen to me carefully, Mr. Whatever your name is.
Shulsky, but you can call.
Now, Mr. Shulsky, you will vanish like a bad dream and...
Here you are.
Gentlemen, meet my brother.
Victor Schulz.
The last Shulsky. You don't know that. Miss Ligia could yet produce an heir.
Maybe even with me, if she doesn't tell my wife.
But let's talk like men. You intend to take over your father's company, correct?
Rest assured, gentlemen, when it comes to the family business, I'm following my father's will. So I can be sure I won't have to deal with you.
I suppose it's true what they say about you?
Yes? What's that?
You've lost your mind.
Thank you. I've worked long and hard at that.
Good luck with your business, miss.
I almost feel sorry for them.
Have I crossed the line?
Nonsense. Any progress with Svetlana?
I've taken a long, deep look. She's no medium. Samira is a Thaumaturge.
On the hunt?
Madame has spotted the Salutore that's attached.
What kind of Salutore?
Remember those fairy tales Mother used to read us?
Yes, Velez.
Yes!
Are you also hunting for him?
I admit I'd like to have him. I haven't made up my mind.
Be careful.
I am. That's why I haven't made up my mind. Sofia Skawan, the Governor General's daughter. Do you know?
No, and I don't suggest Skawan can't stand Taumaturge.
Guess who I ran into again? All mysterious and carved up.
Ivan Konieczki.
What do you know about?
Not much. Well, in theory, it's thanks to him.
What?
I know that nothing comes for free, but he really...
Yeah, he looks like a... You enjoying yourself in this?
Oh, the vodka. I'm observing my own brother taking out his anger on ordinary mortals.
I don't know what you talk. I'm going.
And the general says to him, "Tell us something funny." Then Bautski replies, "General, why don't you shoot a cannon first?"
That's a good one. I'll have to tell it tomorrow at the Orloffs. Who might this be joining our conversation?
You know, sir, your face looks familiar to me.
My name is Viktor Szulski.
Ah, yes, I can see something in your eyes.
I'll see you next time, darling. Wonderful party. See you there.
I think I've offended the creme de la creme of Warsaw.
This is hardly the creme de la creme. How do you find my soirée?
I admit I'm getting reacquainted with the social scene.
You spent a long time traveling.
15 years. Over that time I got used to...
Believe me, drawing rooms can be just as they... You've met Anastasia and Marina. What about...
How is it being part of...
It is a blessing. Forgive me if I do not elaborate.
The crux of the matter is that I'm here because of my father. You knew him.
That doesn't sound like a question. Of course, I truly am sorry for you. Both of you. The death of someone close is always a dreadful blow. Please accept my condolences.
Svetlana Petrovna, I must insist. Can you tell me something more about my father?
Mr. Szulski, I assure you we have the most... Besides that, I warmly encourage you to join Madame Samira's... I wonder, is that truly everything else for Egg?
I've got no choice but to suffer through tonight.
No need to mince words.
I felt something. Where is it? I was looking for you.
Do you smoke, Mr. Szulski?
I've quit.
In light of our approaching conversation, why don't we dispense with the pleasantries? Call me Svetlana.
Viktor.
Ask.
The burned note. Who sent it? I only sensed underhanded kindness.
Da, the ochrana. I don't know which one of them is. I've worked hard at it.
When did you receive?
A few weeks ago.
I see. That large travel chest.
About whether or not to. Right then, I wanted to escape badly, but that would have had its own In this game of false appearances, I'm the.
You two had an affair.
Two grown-up, lonely people. But romance wasn't behind that. It was just that we were both looking in the same direction.
I didn't have the chance to get to know him as a person, much less one who'd show such emotion.
You mean love? That?
Was it love?
I miss him, that's all.
What do you mean by looking? I still don't know how this lovely, but in addition I found a lovely strings of pearls, and on...
Your power is terrifying, do you know that?
Tsarina Alexandra gave you those pearls?
I am her confidant. I could call her my friend. I see how much she devotes to her family.
Yet, something... Your feelings, do they have something to do with...
With the whole empire. Ruskim, we, the establishment, perceive the need for change. We want reform. The Colossus is la guillotine, mon chéri. But I want... Ideally...
Where was my father in all this?
Willingly or otherwise, he was part of the establishment that wanted change and could see revolution before it arrived.
The Ochrana knew about you, hence the note.
They must have noticed something. Isn't it time you told me why you really came to my soiree?
What do you intend?
Nothing. The soirees will continue. Society has... I myself shall...
I hoped you might know something about the... My father left it to me in his will about the group.
No. And the collapsed building? Have you been?
Not yet.
However, how hard it is, you should check there. It will give you more understanding than all the investigators put together. My dear boy, I know nothing about Stanislav's book. But I will not let you leave empty-handed. I strongly believe that there's one. What you find there belongs to you.
Thank you.
No, thank you for listening.
Velez. Don't run away.
Splendid ladies, distinguished gentlemen, the hour is at hand. With lights dimmed and curtains drawn, the souls of the dead slowly gather among us. On their command, I will give the chosen among you a tarot card as your invitation to the table.
For you, sir?
Fool. Our dear madame is fooling around and thinks she can scare me off. I'm done wasting time on this.
Let us gather in secret ritual. Let's not keep the souls waiting too long. Let us also make every effort together not to spoil their visit. Shusky, don't play with me.
I'll disappear.
For your...
That isn't a very subtle threat.
Sometimes I'm not very subtle when I want something.
I respect that.
Mr. Shulsky, may I have a word?
How can I help?
My friends and I are just playing Truth Order, and now it's my turn. Won't you dazzle me with your power?
Your father would not be thrilled about you.
Maybe that's precisely the point. To keep violating his wish.
First, please tell me.
Of course, I'm being silly. After all, you've been away a long time. It's simple. Each player in turn must admit a truth, or anyone who doesn't must drop out of the game, and I don't like...
I would guess that to you, a dare would be the lesser.
How very perceptive. It involves finding out my comrade's secrets. Irina, Maxim, or... The trick is that you're clever at it.
Your companions don't have anything against...
It's not deception, it's resourcefulness. In theory, there's no rule against... Please, don't make me beg, Mr. Schultz.
Let me see what I can find.
Any. I'll wait anxiously for your return.
I'll take a look around.
They're getting impatient. What have you found out?
Miss Irina would like to get to know Maxim better, but she keeps hesitating.
What? She never told me. Some French. And what does our dear Maxim think of that?
Maxim only has one thing on his mind. Miss E.
Oh, I knew it!
Ah, I was wondering where you'd gone off to.
You know Sergei, don't you?
We're already acquainted.
Mr. Shulsky and I have completed my extra difficult...
At your service.
Now time for truth. Are you seeing anyone?
Maybe we should not reveal all our secrets to one another right away.
Mr. Shulsky, our time is up. Sophia and I must leave for the seance. Madame is waiting.
Thank you once more.
See you. Therefore, Velez chased Sofia Skawan and her floor here. She seemed like such an innocent girl, didn't she? It's no coincidence she focused on me. After all, old Skawan hates Thaumaturges. The little scam. If I want to discern that little schemer's flaw, I'll have to join that sepulchral table. Either her scheming or her jealous knight in shining armor will help me identify her flaw. I hope her father doesn't find out. Is this seat free?
The energy is dissipating. Ladies and gentlemen, I am losing contact with his souls.
Well, it was the souls that chose me after all.
It's true. The gentleman has a card.
Let us lay our hands on the table. Let us allow our minds to liberate themselves from our bodies toward the edges of the world as you know it.
Are you thinking of someone exceptional whom you wish to summon?
That's exactly the sort of person I had in mind.
Oh, is it a long-lost love?
Rather a future delightful acquaintance.
Leave her alone.
Sergei, this has nothing to do with you.
Dear guests, I implore you, the souls!
Is that jealousy I hear?
Stand here, right now!
I accept the challenge right now.
Focus on someone you want to make contact with.
Would it all make you happy, miss? Between this poor man and me?
Are you all going to fight now?
Choose a location.
A duel over me would be truly beyond exciting.
Yes, I think so too.
Don't you dare! You were supposed to stay away. I was supposed to leave here with Veles. All that work for nothing.
Spare yourself the trouble. It was a fair fight.
But I don't intend to hold you here. Truth be told, I even feel sorry for you.
What does that mean?
Rid yourself of the pride you've got within. Otherwise, it will lead you to the gallows.
Enough of this. There's a Salutor waiting for me.
Enjoy him, fool.
until Rasputin sees you. Then you'll stop fighting me.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this evening the souls were particularly restless.
The souls have now told me everything I needed to hear.
And you, sir, what can you tell us?
Sergei, please wait a moment.
Mr. Shulsky, there are only so many humiliations a gentleman can tolerate. I have reached my limit. Congratulations to you both.
I can see I won't convince you. I have to explain myself. It was me who provoked the whole situation. Sergei didn't have anything to do with it.
But what was all this for?
What's going on here? The guests are complaining, and with good cause, I see. We're terminating this disaster.
One moment. First, Mr. Shulsky will explain himself.
I'm part of the upper crust, just like you. Could it be that plotting suddenly isn't much fun when it's targeted at you?
Have you destroyed me for the sake of a bit of fun?
Sophia, not everything revolves around you.
How dare you!
Young lady, we will gladly explain this in the forecourt. Will the gentleman with a book be leaving peacefully, or should we show him out?
No need, I can make it to the door. Madame, honored guests.
Victor, don't scare me like that.
Mr. Shulsky, are you alright?
I think it's time for us to go.
I'll snug us a carriage.
You'll have a hard time at this hour. I'll drop you off.
See, you can always count on Mr. Konechkin.
Victor. Thank you. That's very polite. Thank you for an interesting evening.
Are you angry?
I need to rest.
I'm sorry it all turned out like this.
Not tonight, please.
Ligia. Good night. Oh my, that sure is noisy. Hello?
Hello? Hello? Victor?
Speaking.
Victor, Uncle Sasha here. How are you? Have you visited your old stomping ground yet?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. And how are you, Uncle?
I need your help, boy. It's a very delicate matter. Are you able to find a moment for your uncle?
Maybe now would be a good time to explain it, since you're calling.
It's not something to discuss over the phone. They keep switching those lines. You never know who's listening.
All right, so where should we meet?
Remember where I took you kids for donuts?
I do.
Let's meet there. Maybe we can reminisce about the old days. Better days. See you then, Victor. Thank you.